just trying to find some people here and there, and ideally we're trying to find people who aren't Muslims, because that would be not fair. It's very Muslim, you already know the answers. Hopefully, inshallah, people won't get too hostile with us, otherwise you'll see the camera running in this direction, and them chasing us. We're peaceful, we're your neighbors, we're just here to ask questions. That's it.
What? What happened? It's beatboxing, it's not music. But what the heck happened? See, I broke it. What? Oh my god.
I was doing that all day today.
Pink spot? What? Good. Hopefully this works.
Hi, this is Ali, and I'm an American Muslim living in America. Today we're going to go find out how much our American neighbors really know about Muslims.
The first question, where's Mecca?
It's like, you mean the city or what is it? What or where?
Let's see. It varies depending on whatever relation you're talking about.
What?
Someone in the Middle East. I have no idea.
Oh my God, Mecca is in.
I know in a Jewish sense, return to.
What?
Oh wait, no, I'm confusing that with Zion. Never mind. I honestly can't give you a very specific answer on that.
Israel?
In Africa.
I don't know. Which city is it?
I don't know. I know what it is though.
Give me a guess, please.
Israel.
To me, Mecca, I think of as Saudi Arabia.
One person.
Putting her hand back really tight. 3 guys approaching with the camera, she's gonna get scared. This guy's not gonna be tough because he's running. Either he's gonna run away or he's gonna say yes. And he ran away. Yeah.
Respectfully.
It's one of the tenets of Islam, but honestly, I feel very bad about that. I can't really go into why it's done specifically.
It's their traditional dress. That's all I know about it.
Muslim women. I'm told it's because they're not supposed to show, like 3/4 of your body is not supposed to be covered up.
Because they have to cover everything except for the face, other than the hands can be shown.
Because part of their religion, it's disrespectful to get like seen or something like that by other people.
Maybe it has something to do with like lust and not having like men looking at you.
It's probably part of the Muslim is the Quran, probably.
You don't ask me any questions.
The lady was cursing, so I'm not going to ask the lady who's cursing if you want to do a survey. Then she'll start cursing at me, and that will not be pretty.
I guess it depends on the Muslim, doesn't it?
Hopping meat. I'm not pork. Like,
Yeah, but what meat can they eat?
some eat only halal meat, I think, but others do not have this particular restraint on them.
Yes, not pork. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yes?
I would say no.
There is some sort of division
We're all
of that.
vegetarians.
To an extent.
See, you want to see the funny reaction because you just see what happened right now. I just walked to the lady and said, we're doing a quick survey, please. And that's what she said. I'm like, okay. And I walked away. we say things and do you really understand what the meaning is? Like we say, appreciate it. Appreciate what? Have a good one. Have a good what? You always say, have a good one. They never tell you what is the good. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good interview. Maybe he's having a good interview.
Heard of it, but I'm not sure.
Kaaba? How's it spelled?
K-A-B-A.
Like that makes a difference, right?
No clue.
Kaaba. And they call it the Kaaba?
The Kaaba is that sacred building in Saudi Arabia, a black square, but I don't understand its meaning.
I'm not sure.
Trick about asking people, getting people to do surveys, is to look very natural as you're approaching them. But since we're approaching from behind, it may actually scare them a little bit. So we'll take it up.
That would be pretty scary.
You're doing a survey, asking people some questions. Okay. He's in a hurry, but he's walking very slowly. I just think he doesn't want to answer the questions. It's okay. We'll find someone.
Don't know.
Ramadan.
Oh, God.
Ramadan. Ramadan is in, I don't know.
February.
December. So right now we just finished completing the number of questions, asking a lot of non-Muslims about what they know about Islam. As you can see by the answers, they don't know much about Islam, which makes it so much more important of the programs we have out there. And why Islam is one of the programs out there that's a community outreach program that educates the non-Muslims about Islam. Because if we don't educate them, who will? Assalamu alaikum. This is Baba alaikum.
Okay, so the reason why I'm showing you this video is we're going to be doing actually an activity in a little bit, and this is the second session on Dawah, basically, or the presentation. Hold on, sorry, that we're covering, and we laughed about some of these questions, right, or the way they were answered, because they're just very, very basic things. We don't understand why or how could people not know what the answer is, right? But a lot of times, or what we should really be actually thinking about is what are we doing to go and give the right message of Islam. Quite a few people, non-Muslims in the US, or the educated part of the world you could say, they still believe that Muslims believe in a moon god, okay? That we worship the moon. And like the Kaaba, basically we worship this black box in the desert and things like this. They have no clue about Islam, right? And this is one of the scary things that we need to be thinking about as Muslims, that have we fulfilled our responsibility. And what we're going to do now is, it's called What's Your Excuse, okay? And I have balloons, and I'll explain what this is. If you're blonde, then please don't mind this, but, okay? But most Muslims are usually not blonde anyway, so alhamdulillah for that. But what you guys are going to do, I have 8 balloons, and we're going to have, I have different basically excuses or common excuses that a lot of people give to not give da'wah, okay? And what we'll do is, I'm going to need your help. Each or one of you will blow one of the balloons and write one of the excuses on there, okay? And then just tie it, and then we're going to bounce it around and inshallah discuss how that's not an excuse. People don't give da'wah. Okay? Yes, come on.
Are you going to send the slides?
I'm recording them. I'm putting them up on a website. I'll give you the guys the link, inshallah. Yes.
I have a question. For example, isn't there like you can't like give dawah everywhere? If
Yeah.
you're buying at Kroger, like you can't tell the guy,
Yeah.
the salesperson.
Yeah. So
That's it.
what kind of da'wah can you do with the salesperson, for example? Your actions. Okay, your manners.
So there is no
Just being thank you. That's a type of da'wah.
Some people they don't look like the stereotypical Muslim, like beard. Not all
Yeah.
people. So they're not gonna know you. They're gonna think you're a normal guy.
That's true. That's see, we talked about that in the previous presentation too. That sometimes people are under this false assumption. It's about your niyyah, right? Your intention, inshallah, is to give the message. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has His own ways of how He's going to get it across. Maybe something that you did because you had a good intention and you were trying to, have the best manners and so on. You came to that person. Maybe that will, they'll ask you, automatically, oh, are you from the Middle East, or are you, this and that. They might already know, or maybe that will cause them to look into something, even though you might look like a normal person, right? It might be the tawfiq that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses that person with, and He gives them some type of blessing where He gives them the opportunity to go study Islam. And maybe because it was your intention, you'll get the reward even though you didn't even know about it, right? Yes, Khadija.
Do you mean dawah as in going out and talking to people?
So da'wah can be in many, many different forms. So da'wah is not just going and preaching like we talked about that mute man, right? He was giving CDs out. His intention was to just spread the message. And we can do the same thing. Like for example, one of the brothers, I don't know what city he was in, he called it bar in the car, or bar in a car, or bar in the car, whatever. So what he did is, whenever, we see a lot of homeless people around and asking for things. So what he did is he put a bunch of like very simple granola bars in his car. And whenever he would pass, he would give them a granola bar. So he called it bar in the car, right? And this is a form of da'wah, right? It's your intention again. It might not be like, no, I have to give, it's because we have these false, perceptions that I have to give him a CD, I have to tell him about the shahada, I have to tell him about this. It doesn't have to be, it's your intention.
You have to write your own excuse or just...
No, okay, so what you guys are going to do is, as a group, we're going to discuss each one of these excuses and why it's not an actual excuse, and then you get to pop the balloon, okay? So, yeah, if you want to. So inshallah, that's what we'll be doing today. And we're not going to play the nasheed. So this was On the Streets with Baba Ali. So the video that we first watched, it was called On the Streets with Baba Ali. It's made by Why Islam, and talks about what people really know about Islam. So these are some of the top excuses that people give on why not to give da'wah. If you guys could, if the brothers want to do it, or the sisters, if you want to take one each.
What if they all pop?
They won't just pop.
No, I'm talking about the picture.
Oh, then that guy's gonna die. You just want to, whoever wants to blow it, just pass it around. So you blow it, and I can give you a marker.
Oh my God, just take one.
Just take one,
Oh my god.
and write either, whichever marker works, I guess. Okay, and you can write the excuse. So,
Wow, you guys are all like...
who's doing? So Ahmed, you're gonna write this one. Anyone but me, I'm not responsible. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Seema, I got no time. Okay, you're gonna write that on the balloon after you've blown that. Hania, you're gonna do.
I need a marker.
Yeah, they're over here.
I think there's one there. It's not mentioned. I think it's like most people use it. They like say, oh, this guy doesn't look like he'd accept it.
Yeah, it's kind of like nobody listens, which is. So we'll cover that one inshallah. So Hania, you're gonna get. I got no time. What else? No.
I got no time.
I got no time. Okay. You're gonna do media is negative. Nobody listens. Okay. Who else is blowing it? Kamal, you're gonna do I don't have enough knowledge. Okay. You're going to Mariam. You're gonna do me, myself, and I'm no good. Khadija, Haya, my brother Haya. Okay. They say it's shyness, not really shyness. Haya. Okay. And Abdullah, clean up your own house.
Okay.
And Muhammad, Zafar, you're going to do I'll lose my friends. Huh?
It makes no sense. That's what the first thing is.
No, yeah, it's actually an
What
excuse.
if I'm alone and I won't lose my friends?
No, like the people you're giving da'wah to, you'll lose them. Yeah. We'll talk about each one of them. Go ahead and write it down, please. They don't have the balloons don't have to be huge.
Okay.
Okay. Have you tied it?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a marker over here, so
I wrote it all.
yours was ripped. Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
You pass this over here.
It's a marker or a pen?
Permanent marker would work, or just a marker. You need a marker? Oh, sorry. Yes.
Are these specifically for like giving dawah to non-Muslims?
It could be Muslims or non-Muslims. Like a few of them, I'll lose my friends. Usually that's with Muslims, right? Because people you give da'wah to, or islah, we'll talk about the difference inshallah. But when you talk about this, then sometimes people, your own friends and Muslim friends, might get offended and not like what you have to say. Whoops. Okay, no, those are actually not my markers. But please go ahead, quickly write them so we can go through these.
Okay, that's big enough.
What time does class end exactly? 2:47, I think, right? Okay. So we have about 16 minutes. We don't have much time, but we'll go through it inshallah. We're going to talk about Islamophobia tomorrow, but it doesn't look like we'll finish this. So I'll let you guys do this activity today, and then we'll go into some more details about each one of these excuses, inshallah. So. Everyone has theirs? Okay, so let's start with the first one. It says, anyone but me, if I'm not responsible. Okay, who has that one again? Ahmed? Okay, so let's share some ideas. How can we, go against that or argue against that excuse? Again, it's basically it's not my problem or it's not my thing. Yes?
If you're Muslim, it is your problem.
Okay.
If everyone has the same mentality.
If everyone had the same mentality, we wouldn't be able to give da'wah. Okay, what else? Yes?
There are more prophets coming, it's our job to convey the message.
Okay, so there's no more prophets coming, so it's our duty to convey the message to the people?
What was the excuse?
I'm not responsible, basically. Anyone but me. Okay? What else? Any others? No other ideas? Come on. I'm not responsible. Yes, Mariam.
Like Amr bil Ma'ruf, like doing good.
Okay, so we have to be those who command people to do good. Yes.
You might be in a position of influence, so you could be like the one most responsible compared to you.
Okay, very good. So if you're in a position of influence, right, that people are looking up to you, or maybe they're really listening to the words that you have to say, this might be a reason why a person should give da'wah. Okay, what else? People will follow you, inshallah. So of course the reward. Okay, yes.
They may not listen to you now, but maybe later.
Okay. Now what about we've been talking about, again, some people, they take it into this form that I have to go and debate against this televangelist, right? I have to get on TV, or I have to get in front of the mimbar and give a khutbah to 1,000 people, and then I will be doing da'wah, right? But this is something that maybe we're suitable for something else. Maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with another skill that we can be doing something much more effective, okay? Rather than speaking, maybe we don't have the, we're not good public speakers. So we can look at what type of talents we have and try to take advantage of those. Another thing is that as our knowledge grows, so does our responsibility to teach other people, right? The Prophet ﷺ, as he said, بَلِّغُوا أَنِّي وَلَوْ آيَةً, that if you even have one ayah, go and convey it. So imagine if you've memorized the Quran. Imagine if you've memorized like 1, 2, 3 juz of the Quran. Remember that guy from the bus? Okay? What was he doing? He was memorizing Quran and then passing it on.
How can we do that?
What is that?
How can we do that?
Well, no, I'm not saying you have to do that, but I'm just giving you an idea that this is our responsibility to do something for da'wah, right? And we're going to do, when we have our projects, inshallah, you'll see how many, I have 50 amazing ideas for da'wah. Basically, it's like a list of 50 things, and they are so different from one another, right? And some of them don't even involve any type of speaking at all. Yes?
For girls, you know how parents are really conservative and whatever?
Yeah.
Is it okay if we just make an intention that we're going to do it through our actions? Do we have to be more specific if we're not allowed?
If you're not allowed to at this point, I mean, it's okay because you have to listen to your parents, right? Because they are looking maybe to your, I mean, you're not going to be able to really change them.
Like, is it your hijab and your actions also that?
Yes, of course. If you have that intention too, right? So when you're wearing hijab, when you're, just the way you carry yourself and everything, these are all ways of da'wah if you make the right intention to yourself. Okay? So another thing is that a lot of times we say it's not our responsibility, but then we complain about others, right? So sometimes we are complaining about how other people are doing the job or not doing their job. But we are not there to do it. Like a lot of people complain about imams, okay? A lot of people complain about teachers and other people who are working in the da'wah field. But when you say, okay, well, brother, if you have some good ideas, why don't you, help out? Or why don't you volunteer? Why don't you do... Oh, well, I don't have any time for that. And we'll talk about that. That's another excuse as well. But a lot of people make these types of things. So this is one of the things this is the real sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, of giving da'wah and trying to help other people. And if you look at the lives of the Sahaba, there's only about 20,000 Sahaba who are buried in Medina. Okay? Over 100,000 people were there when the Prophet ﷺ gave his last khutbah. Okay? And there were about estimated number of about 100,000 some companions. Only 20,000 or so stayed in Medina. The rest of them went all over the world to teach Islam. Okay? So if it's not our responsibility, then really whose is it? Yes?
Are there any Sahaba buried in Pakistan?
There is Muhammad ibn Qasim, but he was a tabi'i, I believe. So he's not, I don't think he's from Hind. I don't think there's any Sahaba, no. But in like Palestine, or of course in Palestine, Jordan, like the Middle East mostly, and in northern Africa, I'm not sure how far they actually went, but there were of course traders who later went to even Indonesia and Malaysia, and they were able to influence them to become Muslim.
Sahabi Abu Ayyub al-Ansari.
Yes.
He's buried at Istanbul.
Yeah. They were trying to conquer the city, and he died. He was one of the oldest Sahaba. He was, I think, 96, I think. He was some 90-some years old. And he told them that if he died, okay, on the way, then continue carrying his body through so he can partake in it. And then they buried him in Constantinople, which is thousands of miles away from Medina and Mecca. And they could have, a lot of Muslims, they think of, like, of course, the holy cities, Mecca and Medina, as being, yes, of course, they're wonderful places, and there's a lot of blessings in them. But these Sahaba, they had a better understanding of Islam, and they knew that going and traveling the world and teaching people Islam and trying to, do further the cause of Islam is more rewarding. And that's why they left their homes and comfort and everything. And the blessings of 100,000 prayers in Mecca, or 1,000 prayers in Medina, and so on. They left those and the other sacrifices for the cause of Islam. Okay, the next excuse, if you want to pop that, Ahmed, you can, or you want to hold on to that. That's fine. What, you want to hold it? Okay, you got it. Okay, Jazakallah khairan. Okay, the next one, I want to show you this because it's pretty funny. Let me see if I can project both. Where is it? So this next picture, I thought it was kind of funny, but anyways. Is it up yet? Okay. So you see the fat TV, and then yeah. Anyways, so I got no time. Okay, that's an excuse. How can we argue against this excuse?
You got time, buddy. Get off your.
Okay, but seriously though, huh?
Couch potato.
Don't be a couch potato. But what else? I got no time. Did you know that 759, I think it was $759 billion is wasted every single year or lost in the corporate world every single year because people are wasting their time. $759 billion. Okay? And they said on average, it's about 2.09 hours a day. So a fourth of the day is wasted. It's not productive because people are either surfing the internet or walking around doing things they're not supposed to be doing at work. Okay? So there's so much wasted energy, right? There's, on average, Americans have about 42 to 44 hours of leisure time per week. Okay? 42 to 44 hours of leisure time. And that, of course, is usually what? Where do we spend most of that time? TV, internet, huh?
Just basically electronics.
Electronics, okay? And they said even the Industrial Revolution was one of the main things that caused, that the people, or divide in the communities. Because people got more and more connected to machines rather than other people, right? So there's so much wasted time, or wastage of time, and for someone, especially in the U.S., or someone just in general, okay, saying that I don't have enough time, it's not an excuse. Yes? Sorry.
Spending a lot of time on machine electronics and give Dawah through that.
Yeah. Okay, so if you like electronics, maybe you're good at making websites, maybe you're good at making videos, maybe you're good at and see, this is the thing that, again, there's so many different avenues of da'wah, right? Maybe, maybe there's a really good speaker, okay, and you ask to volunteer for them, you edit their videos, okay, or you make a website for them, or whatever. There's so many different things that people need done, right? And they might not have enough time themselves, and you could do it for them. And you could also get community service hours as well for the school. Yes?
Also, you can also make time.
Okay, so you can also make time, like what?
Find a time where you're free.
Okay.
And go out and start and maybe create your own website.
Okay.
On a computer.
Okay, so again, like those types of things, you can find what you're good at and try to do those things so that you can, inshallah, influence people in the right way. Yes?
Use part of whatever free time you do have.
Okay, and use part of your free time. You have about 40 some hours on average, okay? Use maybe 1 or 2 hours just a week, right? Start off small, something even small like that. One of the things that we did, inshallah, we'll be doing that in this class too. We did it 2 years ago. But we called it the Dawah to 40 Neighbors Project. And I did this with my family first. And what we did, I have small kids, okay? So they're like 10, 9, and 8 years old, and then I have a 4-year-old. So we sat together, and we got different brochures and things about Islam, like just basic information about Islam. And we got our neighbors' addresses, like 40 of our neighbors. We got their address. We wrote them out. We did it together, and we stuffed them, and we mailed them out. Okay? It didn't cost too much either. It was maybe like $20. No, that's illegal. Yeah. Well, on their doors you can do that. Yeah. You can put it on their doors, but then they'll see you, and they're like, "You're my neighbor. I'm gonna get you back." Okay, so you.
Do they know that you sent?
No. So what I did.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. What I did is I got permission, of course, from YSM. They have a PO box. So I put their thing and everything, and I mailed it out to them. So this way they didn't know who it was, and this is good too, because we have to be careful. It is September 11th today too, but we have to be careful, subhanAllah, about because there's so much negative media about us. It's very, very, it could be even scary sometimes. So you want to protect yourself as much as possible as well. Okay, then you can pop that. You want to pop it?
Who is it? Who's good?
Unless someone else wants to pop it.
I'll pop for you.
You can hold on to it if you want. Okay. So next one was Hania. Go ahead, read yours. After all the scribble that you did on it. Yeah.
No, but it's a pretty balloon.
Yes, you can hold on to it. But what is it?
Media is negative. Nobody listens.
Okay, so the media is negative and nobody listens. Okay? The media is negative and nobody listens. So this is one of the things that, again, so many stereotypes thrown on the Muslims, right? And this guy's wearing them, I guess, over here, right? You have all these different things. And then on the other side, it says the Muslims are coming, the Muslims are coming. And so in Sharia law, and all these different things that people portray. So how can we get rid of these excuses? Yes?
Sir, I want to ask, what is WTC?
The World Trade Center. The ones in New York, the ones that went down. Yeah. So how can we get rid of this excuse? Yes. Yeah.
Try attempt to change our impression and show them the actual the actual truth.
Okay. So
Do more do some events like what is Islam, and then make it more interesting.
okay, so try to make it more interesting. Give them the truth. What else? Yes, Abdul Salam.
Contradict the media.
Okay, so contradict the media, even though they're putting so many messages. One of the things that we did for Why Islam is we put up a billboard, and we try to go against, because what the media is trying to do is they're dehumanizing the Muslims, right? They're trying to make Muslims look like they're. Whoa. Okay. Are we out of time? I think. What time is it exactly?
About 2:40.
40? Or let me look.
Wait.
No, it's 47.
46.
Okay, we're gonna stop then, inshallah. So, but we'll continue tomorrow, inshallah.